Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen at Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more as well. Over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a very, very talented, award-winning, multi-nominated singer, songwriter, and performer who also sings in French, Spanish, English, and Creole, whose dad is a famous Haitian singer, and also a member of the family formed the first all-female band. And this wonderful performer we have has received 12 nominations in 2020 of this year and got more coming. Also won World, and she'll be also performing, and she's got a lot going on as well. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plush Studios along somewhere in the East Coast, ladies and gentlemen, the very, very talented, award-winning, multi-nominated singer, songwriter, performer, Natalie Jean. Natalie, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you as well too. I mean, you're not just an award-winning singer, songwriter, performer, multi-nominated, but you've also sung in French, Spanish, English, and Creole, and you received 12 nominations so far this year, and you also won World Artist of the Year. You've got a lot going for you, and of course, your mom and dad have been a big influence. And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started, Natalie.
Well, I got started by writing spiritual poetry. I was living in New York at the time, and it helped me gather my thoughts because of some of the experiences I had in New York. And so one day my parents were like, why don't you put some of these poems into a song? And my father had his producer do a demo for me of 3 songs. One of them was one of my songs, and the other 2 were my father's songs that I translated into English. And so I did that. And then after that, I just let it go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not the time for me to do this. So several years later, I sent the demos around on the internet. Tate Music Group, which is now defunct, gravitated to me. I signed with them, and we created my first album, which was a pop jazz album called Obsession. But basically, they weren't doing what they were supposed to, so I left them. And I started just, from there, just pushing myself on the internet, trying to get my music heard. And then I did my second album, which was self-titled Natalie Jean, jazz album. And then from that point on, I did several singles. And then I did a French pop album called Le Son d'Amour. After that, I did an English pop album called Unafraid. And then after that, I did my Haitian album called Haitiian. And then most recently I did, which was released in February 14th of this year, Where Do We Go From Here? I've also released a lot of singles. So that's
wow. Wow, it's amazing. I love how you spoke in French, English, and Spanish and Creole as well too. Maybe just give us a line or two in French and also in Spanish and Creole as well. Creole, I think it would be very interesting to hear. Maybe you can just utter a line, or maybe like a phrase, or maybe sing a little bit in those respective languages. I love to hear it, or we do, I should say.
French would be Je pense m'être perdu sans vouloir voir un autre jour. So that's French. Haitian Creole is Yo et les femmes sans marabout, les machines à la nuit parmi étoiles yo. And then Spanish would be sé que nuestra amor es verdadero y con los años que me quedan por vivir demostraré cuando te quiero. And that's actually a song by Gloria Estefan.
Wow, that is amazing. And now, did you guys did you grow up in Haiti, or where did you guys grow up at?
So I was born here in Washington, D.C., and my parents were born and raised in Haiti, but they came over here when they were very young. I think my mom was 16 years old, or even maybe younger than that. My father might have been 15 years old when he came over here. And then we've been here ever since.
Wow, that is amazing. And he's a famous Haitian singer. And also, your Aunt Sandra formed the first all-female band, Risque. And tell us about that, and tell us about your dad being a wonderful Haitian singer.
So growing up, I mean, my house was full of music because my aunts and uncles used to live here as well. And so my father used to sing all the time around me, and he used to go and have gigs and all that stuff. And he's had a lot of albums as well. So I was surrounded by music. There's no way that I was going to be into music. But the funny thing is, I didn't know I was going to be into music. I mean, I love to dance, but the singing aspect, I was just like, my God, I could never imagine myself on stage. I'd be too afraid to do that. And then my aunt, she formed the first all-female band in Haiti called Risque. And so that was very, very exciting for her. She was very popular in Haiti at the time when the band formed, because that was just unheard of. And so, I think later in life, I just decided to follow in their footsteps. It's music is a crazy career. It is a crazy career.
Mm-hmm. And also well worth it too if you love it. And who are some of your favorite artists and singers and musicians growing up?
Believe it or not, I loved Elvis Presley. In my household, it was all Elvis. And some people find that strange. And I love Celine Dion. Celine Dion is one of my favorite artists. I actually did my French album because of her French album. I just loved it. And one day I said, oh, I have to do a French album. But most recently, a couple years ago, I was introduced to Nina Simone. And I absolutely love Nina Simone. She's just epitomizes everything that I love in a musician. She commanded the stage. She spoke her truth. She sang whatever she wanted to sing. So those are my favorites.
Oh, that is amazing. We'll talk about your two albums, Obsession and your self-titled, in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Widener Show at themikewidnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Widener Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Widener Show can be heard on themikewidenershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Widener Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Widener Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Widener Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Widener Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with award-winning, multi-nominated singer, songwriter, performer Natalie Jean here on the Mike Widener Show. Let's talk about your two albums first. Your self-titled one and your latest Obsession as well too. And tell us about those.
My first album, Obsession, I just wanted something pop and jazz. So I have to say, jazz is actually my favorite genre of all the genres. That's what I grew up with. And I first learned about jazz through watching Sanford and Son, believe it or not, when he, Lena Horne, because of his love for Lena Horne. And he used to sing Stormy Weather, and Stormy Weather is one of my favorite songs. So I definitely wanted to do like a pop jazz in the beginning. And those were my first efforts in writing. I look back on that and I said, okay, that's okay. But I've improved over time. My self-titled album, Natalie Jean, is all jazz, but it's a different type of jazz. I kind of wanted to evolve the jazz genre a little bit, because I wanted to do something where the young folk would be interested as well as the older adults would be interested. Because sometimes, as I see it, I don't think sometimes people write for adults anymore. It's just like all the young people. But I wanted to educate the young on that. And so with that album, that was my first time working with Alexei von Guggenberg, who's my music producer, who's phenomenal. His music has been in T-Mobile commercials. It's been on a Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, all different things. So I have the pleasure of working with him on that. That album has, I think, about 12 songs on it, all written by me and produced by him. The songs on the first album were most Swept Away. Swept Away was written by me. Last Chance was my father. Obsession was my father. I did a song called Mission. I did that by myself. I produced it and composed it. So I was very excited about that. And I have a cousin that also does music. Faithful is one that was done by him. So it's been interesting. And I always like to change things up a little bit. I'm a versatile artist because allows me to express a lot of different things in many different ways.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like it too. That what do you base your lyrics on both those albums?
And the first albums, the first album was based on me seeking out love because there's a song called Swept Away and it's about being in love with somebody. And I've only been in love once in my life. So that was that song. Mission basically was a song about not having to just do things for other people, but that I have a mission in life and I have to go after my goals and dreams. The jazz album is just something that I always wanted to do. One of the songs is called, one of the most popular songs on the album is called You Are My Everything. And that actually was written because one of my cats had died. And that's what came out of me. And so when people hear it, they actually think it's about a love life or something like that, but it isn't. And then there's a song in there called I Surrendered, another love song. I thought about, writing something for people when they want to get married and stuff like that. A song, there's like some bluesy stuff called Whiskey, Whiskey. And then Through With You, where you're just over somebody. But, a lot of jazzy, bluesy things.
Mm-hmm. And then also, what can you expect from you in 2021? Any plans for a third album or a follow-up or anything?
Well, the album that I have out now is my 6th album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I lost track. Sorry here.
Okay. It's okay. So, right now I'm still focused on pushing where do we go from here? Because there's like 12, 15, it's a 15 song album. At least 12 of them are fairly new. So I'm still trying to push those songs. That album really means a lot to me because it's a social message impact album. And a lot of the songs that I wrote last year are still impactful today. So I'm still trying to get them on playlists, get them heard, get them out there. I'm focused on being like an Americana singer-songwriter. So that is my goal. But I do have a lot of different collaborations in the mix. I also have a song that I did called Not Over You, which is a pop contemporary single that was written by Rory Gardner. And that's done fairly well. It's gotten over, I think, 124,000 streams on Spotify. So, so I keep pushing that one. I have an R&B song that I released in September or before September called Hooked. So that's another one I'm pushing. And then I have a bunch of collaborations that I'm working on.
And we'll get to hear one of your songs in just a minute live, but first listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Apple, Audible, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with award-winning, multi-nominated singer, songwriter, performer Natalie Jean here on the Mike Wagner Show. And Natalie, you've got something for us. So go ahead and tell us what you're going to sing. And we love to hear your wonderful voice. And if you want to sing in French, Spanish, English, Creole, it's your choice. And as far you don't follow any rigid rules. So go ahead and be creative. Let's have it.
So the song I'm going to do today is called I Am. It's off of my new album, Where Do We Go From Here? It's a song that deals with racism, but it's from my point of view. It's also on the first round of the Grammy ballot under Americana Roots Song and Performance. So I've had to push that all week because the Grammy week, the past 2 weeks. And I recently won social justice song for best social justice song for this song in the WHAM Awards. And it's also been nominated in the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. I think they're going to have their show in January. So it's done fairly well. The video's done very well, and people seem to like the song. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, great. Here we go. Natalie Jean here on the Mike Wagner Show, playing live.
Get the mic. Oh no. Make sure it's not too loud.
Whoop.
I don't want to stay.
Things happen. Don't worry about it. It's live. It's not scripted, so don't worry about it.
Look at me. Really look at me. You don't know me. Yet you judge me. You look at the color of my skin and assume all the wrong things. You would rather listen to the noise. You call me names without any proof of your claims. This says more about you than it says anything about me. You fan the flames of hate, hoping I'd bow down and assume my fate. Your words are hollow. I refuse to be afraid of my own shadow. Let me tell you who I am. I am a woman born free. And you can't take that away from me. I won't be told what and who I am supposed to be. I won't give in to your fears, nor will I give you any of my tears. I am, I am, I am, I am love. I am truth. I am everything that I'm meant to be. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I just am. I just am. I just am.
That is fantastic. That was I Am from Natalie Jean here on the Mike Wagner Show. And where can we find I Am and most of your music at?
My music is on all streaming services, online services. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Tidal. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it. All you have to do is Google I Am Natalie Jean, and you will find it.
That is amazing.
Music video, so you can find it there.
Okay, that is fantastic. We're here with award-winning, multi-nominated singer, songwriter, performer Natalie Jean here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a few things here. And you've received 12 nominations in 2020 in the Josie's Music Awards. You also won World Artist of the Year, and you also had Song Female Artist of the Year, and also some more. And tell us about your nominations and some of the awards you've won. I mean, I'll look at it's like, wow, it's just amazing. Like, question is, where do we begin?
Yeah, where do we begin? So I've been nominated over 100 times for my music, and I've won several awards. The Jersey Music Awards I've won quite a lot. I've won since they started. So this year I did win World Artist of the Year. I think last year I won Versatile Artist of the Year, and some others before that. And then Global Music Awards, I did win a gold medal for my song "You Don't Know Me" for singer-songwriter. I actually won it twice. I also won it for my song "L'amour à l'infini," which is a co-write with my friend Lisa Bell. I've won several awards for my song "The Letting Go," which is a co-write with Michael Peloso and a duet with Levi Moore. I enter a lot of songwriting contests and music awards, and I do it mainly because, you know, when you do that, you can actually meet a lot of different people, and I've met a lot of people that I can collaborate with by doing that. And you never know who's listening that may want to use the songs in movies, films, TV, and stuff like that. So that's pretty. And then I get to meet a lot of different indie artists through that. So it's been amazing. I actually been shocked. Sometimes I sit back and I look at the different things that I've won and I've done, and I never knew I'd be here at this point.
That is an amazing journey, and we love to have you back and give us more updates, keep in touch, and whatever else. I mean, you just have a fantastic career, Natalie, and just a few things, you know, besides what do you got coming up in 2021 as well, too? Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influence, I guess, you know, I've watched my father do this for the longest time, so I would say that he's my biggest influence. He had a song called Nostalgie, and when I was little, I used to say, you know, one day I'd love to be able to sing this song, not thinking I would do an album, but I loved it so much. So, you know, I think I've always kept that in my back of my mind, that I wanted to be like my father in the sense of being able to perform and songwrite and do those kinds of things.
Wow, that is fantastic. I mean, just a great influence. And also, what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point, Natalie?
I always tell people you got to be true to yourself as an artist. Speak your truth, sing from your soul. Don't let anybody change you. Or not everybody's going to like what you do. You take that with a grain of salt. You just have to be you and do the things that you want to do, no matter what anybody else thinks.
I was going to say, you speak the truth so well, you should be a good dentist because he speaks a whole tooth, all tooth, and nothing but the tooth.
I try.
There you go. That's what you keep in mind. Once again, Natalie Jean, award-winning, multi-nominated singer, songwriter, performer here on the Mike Wagner Show. Natalie, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
My current project, Where Do We Go From Here? And also I have my song Hooked. And then I have my song Not Over You with Rory Gardner. You can find that on the streaming platforms. You can find me at Twitter at NatNat7. On Instagram, it's NatalieJ0819. On Facebook, it's Natalie Jean Obsession. Or you can go to my website, which is www.natalie-jean.com. Or you can just Google me, Natalie Jean Music, and you should be able to find me.
Sounds good. One big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great. Looking forward to having you soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch, keep us up to date. You've been fantastic.
Thank you so much.